All right. We're live. Welcome, everyone. Who's in the chat? I see Jerry Polite is in the chat. Hello, Jerry. Maybe you can be my test person and tell me if everything is sounding okay and making sure that the video feed is coming through smoothly. And if everything's good, tell me so and we'll get started. So the purpose of this video today going live is to take a look at my Twitter account and go through a few of my trades for the week and just sort of discuss how I'm picking out my trades and how I'm staying unbiased. One thing that I think is super important about options trading, and this is just for me in my opinion, other people obviously differ from me, but I find it super important to be unbiased and sort of, I just never seem to have an opinion on anything. So my plan is just to be unbiased, play both sides of the market, not care if the markets go higher or lower, just play volatility. And volatility is something I want to talk about. And I want to go to my Twitter feed and sort of break down a few of these neutral, what we call delta neutral trades, which funny enough is going to be the next video number 3 in my series. If you haven't checked out my 10 principles of options trading, go to the YouTube channel here, obviously after the live stream, and check that out. 2 videos are live right now. There's an intro and then an episode 1 and episode 2. So I guess 3 videos. But video number 4 will be coming this Wednesday. And then every Wednesday after, you'll get a new one all the way out to 10. And it's going to be the 10 principles of options trading. And it's just my 10 principles that I like to use when I'm trading options that really helps me just continually grind out profits from the market and stay consistent and not expose myself to a bunch of additional risk. Looks like Jerry Polite says, sounds good. Glad to see you. Good to see you, Jerry. Is it laggy at all or does everything seem okay? I'm glad the sound is good. Just want to make sure the video quality isn't grainy and weird. But I think we can go ahead and get started here. What I want to do is, if you don't follow me on Twitter, go to Taking Trades and you'll see my red profile bubble here. And you can follow me on Twitter. And I tend to post a lot of my trades here, and then I can leave comments or I can answer questions about them, whatever, but I like to go ahead and post on Twitter. So my thought was, let's talk about delta neutral trades. And a great way to do this is, let's just take this first one. You can see I traded Facebook here, and it's an iron condor, 245, 285, 285, 245. And I just want to talk about kind of what I was looking at and how I was playing this. And what I'll do is I'm actually going to flip over to my chart real quick. And this will allow us to take a peek at Facebook. And we'll just kind of look and see what was going on, what I was looking at, and why I was trading Facebook, what I sort of liked about it. And the interesting thing about Facebook is that it's been carrying pretty good IV. And IV is something that you've got to have so that you can play delta neutral strategies. So when I say delta neutral, I just mean playing the market on both sides using a similar delta. And if I go into my trade tab here, you can see that I've got a host of strikes I can pick from, obviously. And I came out and I picked, at the time, it was 50 days to expiration. And actually, you know what? You can see another trade I have on. Let's actually do that. That might be a better idea. Let's actually go to, and I apologize, I think things just crashed on. Hey, Jack Lander, glad to see you. I apologize, my something went wonky and I just had my Tastyworks crash. So give me 2 seconds here. And let me see if I can get this loaded up. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a disaster here. We'll see if we can get reloaded. I did upgrade to Mac OS Monterey. And I've heard there have been a few issues with Tasty Trade, but let's see if we can get this working here and not have anything crazy happening. Okay, so it looks like we're good here. I'm going to go back to Facebook real quick. And what I want to do on Facebook is I want to show you a position that I currently have on. I showed you the one from Twitter, but let's just look at this one I've got on. And it actually might be easier to do this way. I'm going to open up December 17th, and I'm just going to show you what I saw on this trade and why I liked it. Now you can see right now, my position is 375 call. And if I scroll down, I've got the 275 put. So the nice thing about Tastyworks and what you can see on this platform is the price is this horizontal line. And then this vertical bar, that's the expected move for this time frame. So 47 days out, this is the expected move of Facebook. And you can see I sold a 275 by 375 strangle. Now, if we look at the delta, which is right here, you can see delta. If I come down, 10 delta just means there's a 10% chance that this trade will go in the money during the life of this trade, which is 47 days. If I go to the call side, you can see I'm at 13 delta. There's a 13% chance that this will go in the money. So it's a pretty neutral trade. It's a pretty delta neutral trade. It's a short delta trade by 3. So it's very neutral, unbiased. I don't have any opinion in Facebook. All right, we are crashing again. Let's see. Let's go to the chat real quick. While we're waiting for that to load up, I don't know what's going on there, but tell me what you guys have been trading. Tell me if you've been trading neutral, if you guys have been biased recently, if the markets are influencing your trades at all to go long or short, and let's see if I can figure this out. So what's everybody been trading? So Jerry says, just internet altogether for me. What do you mean by that, Jerry? Is your internet not working? And Jack says, love your vids. Thanks for the content. You're welcome, Jack. What do I think about Zillow for a swing trade? Are you thinking options, or are you thinking like just buying shares and holding them? Okay, we're back up and running. I apologize for that. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but it just seems to keep crashing. All right, I'm going to open up the platform again. And so we decided that this was a minus 3 delta trade because we're staying pretty neutral. And my plan is, and if I go to the chart, I'm going to actually bring up Facebook, and I'm going to type in facebook.ivr. And what this is going to show is the IV rank of Facebook every day. So what I like to look for is IV ranks that are over 20 and 25. And when I went ahead and put this on, we actually had this little green candle come in. So IV spiked up into the sort of the mid to upper 30s. And I went ahead and sold that strangle into that, hoping then for a continued vol crush to the downside. Now, Facebook just went through earnings, so that was the reason why we had a big push higher. And so that caused, gosh, it just keeps crashing on me. Let's see. I tell you what, let's go to the chat. Let's answer some questions here. So looking at Jerry Poley, right, skips all the time. I have shares, wondering if I sell before earnings. Hey, Darren Moraes, most effective scanning platform for day trading stocks. I've never used it, but I hear that Trade Ideas is a really good way to go for that. So you could always do that. And you're wondering, boy, I am having trouble here. I feel so bad. The platform keeps crashing, and I'm not really sure. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can get... I'm going to make a couple adjustments real quick. Hang on one second. I'm going to all right, we're going to see if this makes a difference here. And then we'll actually see if we can get the platform up and running. I apologize for all this craziness. This is not going smoothly here. Okay, let's see. Getting things loaded up. So Jerry, you're saying it skips all the time. Is it lower than the recommended bit rate? All right. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know what's going on here. All right, let's go back to questions here. Let's answer some questions. All right, so we answered Darren's question. So Jerry Polite, you short Facebook shares from 325, not much money, but your first short shares. So Jerry, one thing you could consider is looking at shorting those shares versus you could look at selling calls, like call spreads, because if you're short shares, and the thing about shares that's tough is you can't adjust them. You can't reduce your cost basis unless you dig yourself deeper in the hole. You can't really make any changes. You have to sort of just sit with them. Whereas with an option position, like I was talking about that position in Facebook. So here are my two strikes. You can see them on the screen right now. And if you look at, say I get breached at some point to the upside, okay? Once this approaches that strike, if I'm still have a bunch of time left in the contract, I can always roll this position out in time, and I can even move the strike higher. I can adjust my time and my strikes. And so that's something to consider. With shares, you're sort of stuck and they are what they are. You're just in them. There's no way to make any big adjustments or anything. So I'd be curious to know if you're short at 325 and you've made a little bit of money, there's nothing wrong with taking profits off the table. Never any problem with that. And lower. Oh my gosh, everyone, this is turning into a disaster here. All right, I need someone to let me know if... Oh, it's super laggy, isn't it? Oh. I gotta apologize. This is terrible. Let's see. All right, so tell me if the lagginess is going away or if it's staying the same. I've been adjusting the bit rate, so if it's getting better, then I will maybe adjust it even further. But if it's still bad, let me know. We might just have to end the stream. I don't really know. I so badly want to have good live streams for you guys, but I just can't seem to. It's just kind of rough. All right, is it still herky-jerky, the video? And let's see. Jerry, you say you don't see the lag. So my video. Oh, okay, no lag for Darren either. Okay. All right. Well, let's continue and see what we got here. So I've got my platform back up. I was showing you this Facebook trade and showing you that it was delta neutral and that all I'm waiting for is the IV to come back down. It was up in the 30s, mid 30s. It's now come back down. And well, no, it has not all come back down. It's hopefully soon will come back down. Another one that I can show you real quick that's an unbiased trade is an Nvidia trade I put on this week. And the interesting thing about this one is, if I scrunch this guy up, was almost breached on the call side. And so I want to show you what I did. So I had the 260, which is right here. This was my 260 naked call. And I was about 21 days out from expiration on it. And I had, this guy was, the put was around 210. And so what I did was I rolled out to 49 days to expiration. And I actually moved the strike from 260 up to 280. And I rolled the bottom, the put, from 210 up to 220. So I'm kind of just following it, trying to keep it in the center somewhat. And just sort of letting it ride and gently adjusting my trade. But the idea is I want to stay in this trade long enough for the IV to crush back down. And then if that can happen, then hopefully I can take some profit and get out of that. As far as the Nvidia trade goes, I put this one on. Let me open up this panel. And the Nvidia I originally put on for 280. And then I made an adjustment for 51 cents, which put me over $3. And then I adjusted again for 50 cents. So the beautiful thing here, and Jerry, this might apply to you, I adjusted the trade to improve my probability of profit, but at the same time, I got paid to do it. I got paid 50 cents a share, so $50 for the 100 shares for a one lot to roll this out and up. And then I sit and wait on it, and we'll see what happens. But the same thing for Facebook adjustments. Another one I have on right now is Coin. And I'm just going to check the chat real quick. All right, still no lag, so that's good. So let me see. I think things are looking better. I'm glad you're not having the lag. I'm going to make one last adjustment here. And I'm going to put it... All right. So as long as there's no lag and we have the excellent connection, we should be good. All right, who else is in here? We only have 5 viewers. We lost some folks because of because I was screwing everything up here. But now we're back on track. So we're not crashing. Our bit rate is good. So looking at Coin. So look at Coin right here. You can see these two lighter lines. Those are 2 strikes I have. And then you can see I have another position on with a lower put and the same call. So I actually have 2 positions, 2 strangles here. And this has been a really interesting one. If I open this up, you can see all of these adjustments in here. These are all me shifting and moving the position. And every time you can see I initially put it on, for 550 and 585. And then from there, I'm adjusting for 63 cents, 66 cents, 15, 26, 10, 22. I'm making these subtle adjustments, chasing this trade around to keep my call and my put on both sides so that I can kind of keep my trade in the center. And I typically don't do a lot. I kind of am a hands-off options trader. I let things kind of play out. But then as things start to get more extreme, I'll make an adjustment. And that's what I've done with this. And again, my plan is to wait for volatility to crush back down so that I can take a bulk of the profit and move on. But right now, we're sitting right in the middle. If IV crushes, I'll be able to take this position off. That's going to be the key for this. And the reason why I like these delta neutral trades, and I can show you an example if I come into the trade tab. The reason I like it so much is that if I open up one of these, let's say you wanted to just sell a put, but you wanted to stay far out of the money. If you come to 10 delta and you sell this 240 put, you see right here, you're going to get in the neighborhood of $380, $390. So $380, $390 to sell this put. And that's great. But look what you can do if you sell the other side. If you come out to the 10 delta on the other side and you sell it, now you're at 770. So that's a lot more profit. So what that allows you to do is we could now even go further out and further out. And I'm still collecting more than I did from just selling the one-sided put. But if I only sell the one-sided put even further out and I cancel this, now we're down to just $2.45. So the benefit here is if you can sell both sides of, you sell the call and the put, then what you can do is you can basically increase your credit collected. Yes, you are taking credit, or you're taking risk on both sides. That's something we all understand, taking risk on the upside and the downside. But what's nice about it is you collect more credit, and when you roll, you can move the opposite side. So if one side's getting tested, you can roll the untested side to help collect a credit, so that you can then have more credit power to move the tested side if you choose to. So there's just a lot of different options you can have, funny enough, when trading options. So who else is in here? Throw something in the chat. I don't know if you all came here for options talk, but I guess it was in the title, breaking down my unbiased options trades. I just stay neutral, delta neutral, because you can play both sides. It makes it very, very good. I do want to check in on the lag. How is the lag for everyone? I got the bit rate adjusted. Can everyone confirm it one more time for me? That the video's not lagging, that I don't look herky-jerky, and that the audio's good. Oh no, we're down to 3 viewers. Any other questions or comments? Oh, I didn't mention it. I always forget to do this. I do have Super Chat turned on, little $sign at the bottom if you want to contribute a donation to the channel. I always appreciate that. I thank you on the front end for that. I'll give you a shout out if you use that button at all. That's always awesome. Anybody have any other questions? So we talked about Coin, we talked about Facebook, we talked about Nvidia. Let's see, I also have an Etsy trade on. And let's go take a look at it. So Etsy, this is an interesting one that I also adjusted. Okay, so this one's an iron condor. So this is what I call a delta neutral or fairly neutral trade, but this one is a synthetic strangle. I have this one in an IRA account. In IRA accounts, you don't get any margin, so you're having to put all the cash up front. So I tend to trade iron condors. If I didn't, this would eat up $25,000 worth of buying power, but if with an iron condor that's $40 wide, it only eats up $4,000 of buying power. So I have this set up 195, 155. 155 is my long leg, that's my protection. And on the other side, the 310, 350, 350 is my long leg. And you can see right now 14 delta here and 10 delta here. So you can see that Etsy has moved higher, and it's caused me to become a little short. If we look at the chart, you can see this really good move, and I'll pull myself down here. Here's my upper boundary, lower boundary. This is call, this is put. You can see we're closer to the call than the put. So as it moves higher and closer to my call, it increases the delta of that call and creates and allows me to, basically makes me more short. So increasing call delta or increasing short delta as it moves against or closer to that call strike. Right now I'm sitting on it and doing nothing because I'm hoping for a vol crush and a little bit of a down move. I'd like to see Etsy back in the low 240s would be really nice. And then if we can get that IV to crush down, that would be nice as well. And you can see on this little 4-paned guy, I like to put in the Etsy.ivr and the coin.ivr. I need to see Etsy's volatility continue to drop to the downside in order to let me take some profit out of this trade. And the same with the coin. Coin did have a little bit of a crush, which was helpful, but I need it to crush, back down into 30s in order to jump out of this one. Jump back and look at the comments. Anybody else making any comments here? Jerry's got to run. Okay, Jerry, have a good one. No lag, Darren. Thank you. Darren, are you new? I don't think I've ever seen you pop up in one of our live streams before. Where are you from? And do you have any other questions? And if there's anybody watching who hasn't dropped a comment in the chat, please do, because I'd love to know you're there. and I want to jump into talking more about some of our trades. If anybody wants to talk about a delta neutral trade that they've put on or anything else, I've shown about 4 of my trades. We've talked about Coinbase, Etsy, Facebook, and Nvidia. Those trades I've been putting on. If you're not following me on Twitter, I'm going to put it in the chat real quick. Let's see. Let's go to twitter.com. I want you to come to my page and follow me, and that way you can follow my trades. I'm going to put this is my Twitter, and I'm just going to say, come follow me. All right, come follow me there. Oh, wow. Darren Morais is watching from Abu Dhabi. That's incredible. I'm so glad to have you as part of the community. I noticed you were asking about day trading, and being someone who's gone through that and done a lot of day trading, you've probably watched some of the day trading videos on my channel. I do think that if you are brand new, I could save you a lot of pain and a lot of time. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on the internet, but my experience has been that trading options is just, when you're day trading, yes, there are people making money day trading, absolutely. But I think it's very few and far between. You're always chasing that next, what's over the next hill. I feel like it's a mirage everyone's chasing with day trading. You're trying to find a system that you think nobody else knows, and you're trying to get secret information, and it just doesn't exist. Day trading is so hard to do that, in my experience, after going through waves where I'm profitable because the market's in the right condition, and then when the market switches, then I'm not profitable anymore. I've gone through a lot of that. So Darren, go watch, a few of my videos from this past, like April, May, June, July-ish, right in there. Tons of day trading videos. I've since stopped day trading, and I'm only options trading because it's the only thing that works consistent day in and day out for me. Of course, I have losers, but the idea is that it's so forgiving. I can adjust positions. I can roll strikes. I can add time and get paid for it. I would recommend really digging into options trading, and seeing if that's something that could be appealing to you. I don't know what size account you're trading, Darren, but if you were to set up a cash margin account with something like Tastyworks, you could basically start selling some put spreads or call spreads. You could do some risk define stuff and see what you think and get an idea for the volatility play. And you're welcome, Darren. It's just tough. It's something that a lot of people don't know about, and it's tough because everybody wants to be profitable and wants to make good money, but I don't know that day trading is a good way to go. I just think so many people get tossed to the side of the road. Of course, you got people like, you got your Ross Camerons and people that are making tons of money, and you see him making $150K in a day, and you think, oh, that would be fantastic. But I don't know. I feel like very few of us are capable of doing that. I'm not capable of that. And I own that. I'm not a day trader. I used to try. I did it successfully for a while, but it's very like the wind shifts and your profits are done. So adjusting the sales, I guess, is what you have to constantly do. And I wasn't very good at that. So I've been options trading while day trading, and options is the only thing that's been working for me, and it's the thing that's day in and day out. It's amazing. It's about putting on lots of high probability trades. Tastytrade.com is a great place to start, Darren, if you want to do that and check that out. And then you can also join our channel membership. If you click the join button on my YouTube channel, I'll send you a link to the private Facebook group or private Slack group, and you can come join us there, and that's all options trading pretty much. So we're constantly talking about strategy and how we're doing things, and I think it's very interesting just because you get a glimpse into the minds of some people who have been doing it for a while. So I think it can be pretty helpful. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. Let's go look at let's take a look at, anybody else have any questions? We kind of get viewers pumping up and then they leave the stream, they pop in and pop out. I do want to just talk trades if you guys got any more ideas. The idea of this stream was just to talk about neutral trades that I've been putting on, and I gave you 4 of them I think I have on right now, and it's a combination of strangles and iron condors and just trying to remain delta neutral. So any other questions from anybody else? We're taking options trading questions with the idea of staying unbiased, delta neutral. I love to sell 1 standard deviation calls and 1 standard deviation puts, and then I do that into a volatility rise, and then I basically sit on that and wait for the volatility to crush back down. So let's say I sell something for $5, so it's a $500 profit that I'm holding, and then the IV crushes down, and now those contracts, or that contract's worth $3. I'll pay that $3, which is $300, and I'll keep the $200 in between. It's basically selling for $5, buying back at $3, selling for $10, buying back at $8. Sometimes you sell for $2 and buy it back for $1.50 and keep $50. But the idea is, and the thing that blew my mind, and I'll share this with you guys, when you think about trading options and putting on positions, lots of positions, and putting them on, taking them off quickly, not letting them expire, but getting 15%, 20% and taking them off. The huge thing is, let's say you only collect an average credit of 70 cents, right? So no matter what trade you do, you're always taking it off really quickly, and you average 70 cents. That's only $70 for a contract. So that sounds really bad. But let's say you trade 1,000 times a year. That's 70 grand. Or let's say you trade 2,000 times a year. That's 140 grand. So if you want to be like the Ross Camerons and you want to make a lot of money, I think the key is increased occurrences so that you can leverage the law of large numbers and just take your profits quickly. All right, anybody else got anything? We've been running for 32 minutes already. So we had Jerry Polite in here, Jack Lander, Darren Marais. Anybody else got any questions or comments? Anything else you want to talk about? I don't think there are any other trades I have to show you. Boy, we're not lagging at all right now on my end. This looks really good. Let's see here. I don't think I have. Yeah, the Nvidia. I think the most interesting one to me right now is Coin. Oh, there it went. Okay. All right, so it just crashed again. So I'm going to just leave that for now. I think that is the Mac OS Monterey, not playing well with Tastyworks right now. But drop any last minute questions in the chat. I think we're gonna cut it pretty short here. My platform keeps crashing. I just upgraded to Mac OS Monterey, and it's being weird with Tastyworks. So I got to figure that out. But any other questions about delta neutral trading? Anything else you guys want to discuss? IV is huge, and watch my video. I've got a video that I just put out on implied volatility and IV rank. So the first 2 videos on my 10 principles option series, check those out, see what you think of them, see if they help, and then know that coming on this Wednesday is going to be another video, and it's going to be talking about delta neutrality, kind of what we got into today. But I wanted to try these live streams with a topic of unbiased, and where we're just talking about playing both sides and focusing on the volatility. I think that's one of the most important things. So anybody have any other questions or comments? Darren, I'm so glad you're here. Darren, come over and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Join the Facebook group, linking off the banner of the YouTube channel, and grab a channel membership if you want to. Join the Slack group, and it's good to see everybody in the chat. Any other questions? If not, I think we'll wrap things up. You got 5 seconds to drop a comment or a question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Everybody have a great Halloween. Stay safe tonight. If you have any questions at all, drop it in the comment section of this video. I'll continue to follow that. and follow up with you. If you want to grab access to me each and every day of the trading week, hit the join button on the YouTube banner and grab a channel membership for $25 for the month, and you can chat with me in live in real time in the Slack channel. If you do grab a channel membership, make sure to send me an email at takingtrades@gmail.com, and that will allow me to send you the private Slack link. Awesome. Thanks, Darren. Glad to see you. All right, everybody, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.